Executive Director with NIIT Learning joins us. Let's take our conversation forward to understand the real impact of Gen AI and how things are really moving for NIIT Learning. Uh, Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Gen AI learning, how incremental is that for your business, and what are you teaching differently which others are not teaching, and how is this adding up to your business?
So we are at the early stage of Gen AI creating a commercial impact in our business. We've been working with Gen AI over the last 2 to 3 years, and we have increased our investments in R&D specifically around Gen AI because we firmly believe that Gen AI is going to have a very substantial and positive impact to training overall. Not only will it make training significantly more efficient as a process, but it'll also make training significantly more impactful. We are starting to see impact on the efficiency side to some extent at this time. We also have a number of pilots with our customers who are starting to see impact on the effectiveness side of training. So we are starting to see impact on both sides of the coin. It will, however, take a while to see significant commercial impact, which will show up in numbers. I think it'll take about a year to 2 years for it to make significant impact. And this time will go in having corporations. Our customers, as you know, tend to be large multinational corporations. They are at this time figuring out their privacy policies. They're figuring out how to let Gen AI enter their enterprises. And in the middle of that, they are hesitant to take on enterprise-wide implementation projects for Gen AI. So we expect that the full potential of Gen AI will be realized such that it's visible commercially over the next couple of years.
A lot of companies and yourself are making investment into Gen AI, but could you talk to us a bit more in terms of numbers? Let's say what kind of investment you have made in the capability? Are you coming up with some new specific centers around that? And more importantly, could you also talk to us about what kind of client onboarding that you have done, which are using and implementing these Gen AI training systems?
So, like I pointed out, we've been investing on Gen AI over the last 3 years under our chief learning scientist, who himself got his PhD from Yale about 35 years ago on AI. So, under his leadership and guidance, we've made investment. We now have over 100 professionals trained on using GenAI, specifically on training use cases who are working within NIIT. In terms of capability building, we've rolled out GenAI-based tools across the enterprise. So over 1,500 folks within NIIT are now trained and are able to use the tool sets that we have built using GenAI to both improve the efficiency of our processes as well as the impact that the training creates.
Okay, so that's the view coming in terms of what's been the capability building exercise like. But could you talk to us about what the expectation is with respect to the client budgets of the coming year? Because they were fairly volatile over the last couple of years. Is 2025 going to be a much better year with a sizable improvement in client budgets around spends on learning?
We are starting to see green shoots in some sectors that we service. And there is some improvement from a spend perspective. We think the forward-looking sectors such as BFSI, technology, we'll start to see improvements in spends, and those would be followed by others. So I think I would say we are starting to see some improvements. Those improvements or green shoots are not widespread as yet, but we are starting to see, and I expect that as we get into the next year, we will see increased momentum towards increasing spends.
How is the AI typically what we have right now is different from what the colleges and what currently the traditional institutes have to teach? What are you teaching differently?
So I wanted to point out that our business doesn't focus on teaching organizations how to use AI. Our business focuses on using AI to deliver training more efficiently and more impactfully. So, for example, if you think of one of our customers in the professional services and management consulting space, they train audit and tax professionals. And what we are able to show them is that the time to proficiency of such professionals using Gen AI based training mechanisms can be shortened by over 6 months. So that's how we look at creating impact. And if we look across our competition set, we feel that we are at the pole position on what we are able to do using Gen AI in terms of creating efficiencies with training as well as creating impact from training.
Thanks so much, Mr. Lalla, for joining us with that take, creating impact through the Gen.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.